Why do celebrities stay silent when children in Gaza are dying? I feel like dying is the wrong word to use because dying doesn't explain the suffering that's happening when it comes to the children and just anyone living in Gaza. Dying is the best option. What's happening to most kids in Gaza is their entire bodies are being burnt. They are shivering in pain daily, day and night, without hardly any pain medication from severe burns on their body, which is one of the most worst pains in the world, according to science. They're having bits of shrapnel pulled out from their limbs. They have limbs missing. They have bits of shrapnel in their heads that are being pulled out. They are losing their entire families, like parents, grandparents, cousins, entire families being wiped out. Dying, the word dying does not even come close to the suffering that's happening. But the question still remains, why are they silent? Silence is not a neutral stance. Silence, the silence of these celebrities, is aggressive and deafening. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the Met Gala. Now, I used to live in Hollywood. I used to work in the industry for a long time. Since I was 14, I started working in the film industry. I know the industry very well. I know Hollywood very well. And you'll see that the Met Gala was filled with people spending, I think it's like £75,000 for a ticket. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. The tickets are very expensive. That's all I can say. The people that go, they're in these like lavish outfits that are very expensive with a very expensive makeup team. And they're living this meaningless existence of beauty and attraction, and everyone's staring at them and going, wow, that lady's wearing a bath towel. I do it every night. It's not that special. And I don't even know. It's just eyeballs, isn't it? Everyone just wants eyeballs. And while this is happening, also the exact same time in a different part of the world, we're seeing what I described before, the horrific scenes in Gaza of women, children, men, animals, anything that's just living in a hellish, torturous existence because of Israel, because of the IDF, because of all the people that support the Zionist movement, that support the killing of innocent children because one day they might grow up to be a terrorist. This is the entire regime. And I mean, we're even seeing at the Met Gala, we're seeing people like Gigi Hadid, who is a Palestinian herself. And frankly, I don't feel like has done enough to use her voice to help the people of Palestine. The silence is just deafening from everybody. I mean, there are a few celebrities that are really standing up. Mark Ruffalo is one of them. There's the actress from Sex and the City, I don't know her name. She's one of them. You know, there are voices that are really making an effort. There are voices that are kind of making an effort. Maybe they made one post, or maybe they wore a badge one time but never actually said why they're wearing it or what the badge means, which is like, it's a very low standard. By the way, our standard is very low. Or people like Macklemore who are like proper killing it. I don't know if you guys have seen his like new track. It's my like gangster side coming up. No, but honestly, like he's doing an amazing job, mashallah, who are actually using their voices to really push the message out there. And then there are just the silent ones, and their silence is absolutely destroying us. But the question remains, should celebrities be saying something? Yes, 100% yes. I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, it's not technically their job, but they have platforms, and their job is to be in the public eye. Anyone who's in the public eye needs to make sure they're being a positive role model. And if you're being silent on the matter, then you're supporting the Zionists. So I see all these people that are being silent and not saying anything when there are tens of thousands of children dying and being in horrible situations. All the people that are not saying something are part of that. Look, I know the risks that come with speaking about Palestine, and I get the argument on the other side. People say, well, the celebrities, you know, they might lose their entire career that they've worked for 10, 20 years to build. they might lose out some deals. And the reason why celebrities don't speak, let me tell you, is because of the Hollywood circle. It's not just about the audience like you and me, it's about the fact that if they spoke out, because there are so many Zionists in Hollywood, and there are so many Zionists funding Hollywood and Hollywood films and sponsorships and brand deals, that they would lose out on so many parties, money opportunities. And you know what, money is just what it comes down to. It just really, it's just, that's what it is. I might lose out on an opportunity to make money if I speak out against kids getting mercilessly slaughtered. That's literally it. And anybody who takes that stance, anyone who's faced with the option of being silent in the face of oppression because they don't want to miss out on making lots of money, or speaking out against what's happening with a huge chance of helping the situation, because let's say people with hundreds of millions of followers, their impact will be huge. Just by one post, one sentence, the amount of people that will then come on board and start understanding the horrors of what are happening just because of that one person is a huge impact. Don't underestimate the impact that you have, let alone these people with 100 million followers. It's a huge impact. The huge impact they could make by just doing one post, which would take like 2 seconds, 10 seconds of their time, whatever it takes. Maybe even somebody in their team does it, so they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is approve it. Little tiny bit of effort can make a huge difference, but they're not choosing that. They are choosing to be a part of the system that is killing children. And anyone that makes that choice, I'm sorry, but I can't stand by you. I can't watch you in the Met Gala. I can't follow you on Instagram. I can't watch your movies or listen to your music if people listen to music. I can't do that because I don't agree with you as a person. I think that's one of the most horrific things somebody could do as a person, is not stand up against an injustice. How would you feel if it was you? We can't look up to these people. We can't look up to people that won't stand up for children, vulnerable children. There's no politics involved. There's no controversy. It's kids. I think we need to do more to boycott these celebrities, because at the end of the day, money is the only thing that's stopping the children in Gaza from being free. Because there are plenty of people in this world that could be standing up, that could be helping, but they're too scared because they're going to lose out on money. A lot of this just comes down to the fact that people who are living in their high towers don't want to stop their luxurious lifestyles. They're too scared to stop living their lifestyles. And you know what? Most of it's limiting belief, because most of the time they will speak out and they won't stop their lifestyle. They don't want to miss out on the party. They don't want to not get invited to that party. They don't want to not have the potential of making billions instead of millions just because they spoke out against a horrible genocide. Look, I understand the risks that come with speaking about Palestine. My content gets censored like crazy. I get so much less views on things than I used to get. I get so lots of my content won't even, like, YouTube blocks it. I make so many videos you just get blocked instantly and you guys never even get to see them. My Instagram is censored like crazy. All of my social media channels are censored. Even Muslims sometimes don't want to work with me because of my stance on Palestine. Not that they don't agree with it, but maybe they agree, but they're not verbal about it on their social media channels, so they don't want to, because they have like maybe a Western following, because they're not really in the Islamic scene, but they're Muslims, but they're in like the Western scene. And you know, I'm getting turned down for things there as well because of my stance on Palestine, because I am so strongly passionate against what's happening. Yes, maybe, I always say this, maybe it is the mum hormones in me that see the kids and just want to like protect them and do my best. But I think you guys get it. I think you guys get how absolutely devastatingly horrible this is. And anyone who has a platform, whether they're Muslim or non-Muslim, they will suffer for talking about Palestine. They will suffer for it. But you know what? What's the point in having the platform if you can't stand up for the oppressed? If you can't do what you care about? What's the point? You're just a slave to somebody. You're just some puppet. That's not what our deen teaches us. Our deen doesn't teach us to be a slave to the system. Our deen teaches us to be a slave to God, and God wants us to do what's right. Allah tells in the Quran so many times, stand up for the oppressed, even if it's your own family. Stand up for the oppressed. Stand up for the oppressed. It's why Islam is such a beautiful religion, and I will continue speaking about this, and I'll continue making videos about this. You guys need to carry on doing what you're doing. Keep raising money, keep speaking up, keep telling your non-Muslim colleagues, whatever you can do to help, inshallah. And all eyes on Rafa.